Metric threads. Metric threads are defined by the thread diameter and the thread pitch. The piece of information you're going to require is the drill size for the hole to tap the thread in. Now if you pay attention, I'm going to show you how you can convince your friends that you are either a genius or an idiot savant. Let's consider some common metric threads. 10mm diameter with a 1.5mm pitch is an industry standard, but the Japanese prefer to use a 10mm diameter thread with a 1.25mm pitch. The small one that's common is 6mm diameter with a 1mm pitch, and 8mm with a 1.25mm pitch is another common size. Here's the trick. Take the diameter of the thread, subtract the pitch, and the result is the size of the hole you need to drill to tap that thread in. Where the pitch has 2 decimal places, you ignore the last one, so 10 by 1.25 becomes 10 minus 1.2, giving 8.8mm, 6 minus 1 gives 5mm, and 8 minus 1.2 gives you 6.8mm. So now let's apply that to making a blind threaded boss.
Okay, this is what I'm making is a blind threaded boss. I'm going to use 1/2 inch round bright bar. This is EN3. Still weldable still. Too much higher than that and it tends to be problematic. If you use the black hot rolled stuff that I use to make the cross tube, it's too soft, doesn't machine very nicely, cutting the thread is machining, it tends to tear, the threads are rough, horrible, and even if you get one that works, it pulls out. This is better. So I want 1.5 inches of that for this, because I'm assuming 1.25 inches for end run. Let's just cut one of those off. There you go. When I cut the blanks for the cross tubes, I just deburred the ends. Because these are going to have one blind end, it's not going to look very nice if it's just sawn off like that. There's a way of sorting that out, which, as you can tell by the safety glasses, is fraught with danger, but produces a reasonably nice effect. Turn the sander on. Turn the drill off. There we have it, one nicely finished there. So, if you watch the first one of these marvellous videos, you'll realise what comes next is that the bar gets mounted in the chuck. Massively observant amongst you would have noticed that I've changed the chuck for keel thread 1. There's a reason for that. Will become apparent later. Lower the bar into the vise. Just make sure those are slack. Now, you want to pull the vise square onto the bar. And with the best will in the world, your average pedal drill is not as rigid as a mill, so you need to give every chance in the world to make this work properly, because otherwise you're just going to pull it off centre and this is going to go, oh, it's wrong. Okay. Oh dear. So I've almost been to use running. Right, so that's that established. Next thing, center drill, same as before. Take a chunk, swap that out, put that on there. And stick a pilot drill in there, wind the chuck down. Make sure you got it in the middle of the jaws, not off to one side. Draw the drill holes, not drill circles. Now, that's 1.5 inches. I don't want to go all the way through it, so the first I want to go really is 1.25 inches. So what I do is take the stop on the drill, set that at 0, which I'll show you in a minute, and then wind it round to 1.25 inches. Do the bolt up and lock it off. That should be it, yeah. Okay, now the drill's bottom's on stop, so what I need to do now is back the drill out, clean it up, probably better use a brush than your fingers, and line the end of the bit up at the top of the hole again. And that's correct back to 1.8 inches, so the drill bit's gone up into the chuck and 1/8. It's probably not enough to worry about, to be honest. So we'll take that out of there. Lost it. This is a 6.5mm drill, which is the tap size. So we get that set in the chuck. Okay, and that's about the bottom of the hole. So the next thing we want to do is put a thread in there. Now, a lot of people have trouble lining the tap up, so and you need to have the tap concentric with the bore. Yeah, you know what comes next, don't you? With a hand tap, this is a recipe for snapping it off if you're going to try and do this with the drill, but that is why I switched the chuck drill, the key chuck rather, because it lets me do that. And I can wind, tap in, get it started like that, crack that off, and voila, concentricity. With the tap started and the hole and handle fitted, clamp it up in the vise, give it a turn, back it off half a turn. Back it off half a turn, give it a turn, back it off half a turn, and just keep repeating that process. You probably will find that your tap may not cut quite as well as this one, because this is, after all, a machine shop tap, not a hand tap out. Oh, there we go, biting a bit now. Okay, and that's that bottomed out. It's probably sat on all the swarf now, so I'll wind it out. Look at that. Tap it out. Okay, and there's the finished threaded boss. Not perfectly concentric, but if your drill press was a little bit less worn out than mine, then you might find that it stayed more concentric than that. There you go.